Hello and welcome. This is the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by upshiftstore.co.uk, digitalmotorsports.com and Pineapple Grips. This is round 2, race 2 coming up from Mount Panorama Racing Circuit down there in Australia. So let's get to that grid straight away. So reverse grid it is. So we've got Ginger in pole position, Rodders in second, Unforgiven third, Prime Machine in fourth, Molson fifth, Paul in sixth, Jerry seventh, King Monster in eighth, Thomas in ninth and Chuck in 10th. So this is where we've got 10 minutes of medium tyres, as you know, at least 10 minutes. So a few of them going with them, just Paul and Prime Machine, sticking with the super softs here. So let's get to that action, see how this goes. So Ginger, see what start he can get now. Revs are up. Lights will be off any second. And away we go. And looks like a good start from Ginger. Yeah, good clean start by everybody actually. So head round turn one. Keep it steady through there. There we go, look, evening time. And a couple of them getting a bit squiggly and out of control in the background now. Ginger then pulling away nicely with Rodders in second. Chasing him down, and then we've got Prime Machine, Unforgiven and Paul all battling it out there behind them. Rodders in having a look up the inside of Ginger now when he's got there, has he? And all runs wide though, and that's going to allow Unforgiven to get through and Prime Machine. So Prime Machine takes up the running then. So a little out by Rodders and Ginger, they both kind of ran wide. Rodders tapped the wall. Prime Machine, no. He said thanks very much. A couple of them did actually, said I'll have that gap and went through. Remember, these are the GR3 cars, the GT3 cars. So Prime Machine in first. Paul chasing him down, he's got himself up in the second place, but remember, these are the two with the super softs on. So they've got themselves out in front now. Paul's going to be attacking Prime Machine. With Unforgiven in third, Rodders fourth. King Monster, sorry, Molson 5th, King Monster 6th, Chuck 7th, Thomas 8th. Cars look, this track and these cars look wonderful here, don't they? Here at night time at Mount Panorama, lights ablaze. A little battle here between Rodders and Molson. Molson having a look, and no, I didn't quite get there, did Molson? And Rodders now right up the back of Unforgiven, caught up fast there. So was it a little mistake by Unforgiven, or was it just pure slipstream? Probably just a slipstream, I would think. But Rodders then in fourth place, Molson in fifth. We've got King Monster. Oh, and a mistake by Prime Machine, and he's dropping down at the 7th, 8th. Chuck and Thomas goes past him. A little mistake in the final bend for Prime Machine from from the lead. So that's unfortunate for Prime Machine, although he's attacking Chuck though. Can he get in? Ginger in 9th, Jerry 10th. Well, Prime Machine in a BMW. He's attacking Chuck, but he's on the outside. He's not going to get round there, so just sticks behind Chuck, but that means that Paul's taking up the lead. Courtesy of that mistake by Prime. And away he goes, Paul. And he knows that he's on the super softs, and he knows that he needs to try and get as big a gap as he can with that stop that they've got to do later on in the race. Going to try and get what he can out of this race, but anyway, Unforgiven meanwhile has got himself up to second place. Rodders in third, and he's being hounded by Rodders big time. He's Unforgiven, look at this. Rodders, is he going to have a look? Not down there, he's not. And Molson's not far off this either, so 3 cars. Oh, a little tag from Unforgiven on the wall. Easily done there, but Rodders and Molson. Now, can Rodders get into the slip of Unforgiven? Well, he's certainly there, but where's he going to make the move? Is he going to make the move? No, he's not quite far enough up, but Molson's going to have a look, and he does get up the inside of Rodders. What a move that is, but oh, he hasn't held it though, so Rodders gets that back, so unfortunately, he went for it, maybe just a little bit too hot in there, Molson, so Rodders back to third, or got third back, I should say. Unforgiven still in second, still holding them off. There's Molson, and then we've got Thomas getting way through the field with Chuck not far behind, so Chuck's just following Thomas everywhere he goes. Someone kicking up some dust, was that Molson? Might have been, and Thomas had a little squiggle on as well. There's Chuck. Well, they're not letting off, are they? Even though it's night time out there. They're not letting off at all. Absolutely go for it, which is what we like to see here at the Ultimate Racing League. Please, if you can, check us out on Facebook as well, and all the other social media platforms. We're there for your pleasure. Prime Machine is 7th, trying to stick with Chuck. Then we've got Ginger, who is at the same penalty that he had in race 1. He's racking them up and he hits that wall hard, and Joey's behind him, and oh my goodness, and he loses it big time, does Ginger, right up on the top of the mountain. So Ginger down to 9th, and he's just constantly got like a red penalty above his name, hasn't he, here tonight. I was expecting a bit more from the car, but maybe. Well, no, it's a different car, this one. It was good at Monza, wasn't it? But maybe, I don't know. Looks a handful, does look a little bit of a handful, gotta say. But never mind, we're only 6 minutes in, so lots of things can change. And remember, we've got that pit stop as he goes straight across the grass, does Ginger, and he's going to add to that penalty, I think. So he's just got rid of that one, but he might get another one because of that. Or has the game let him off? No, he didn't get one, so that's fine. He didn't really gain anything, did he? Let's be honest. And then we've got King Monster, who's not having a great race this time around. That's definitely a handful, that car that he's in. The GG40, look at that. It's a great car, but again, maybe just too much power for the track. But he's down there in 10th. So let's go back up and have a quick look at the battle. And actually, Thomas has got himself to 4th, he's got past Molson, so making his way through the field is Thomas. Right up behind Rodders now, who's still right behind Unforgiven. So this is definitely where the battle is. Paul still out top, out in front. He's increasing that lead. These drivers got to worry about this battle at the moment. And again, a few bits of dust being kicked up. And actually, there's about 6 cars in this now because Chuck's on the back of them as well. So what a battle this is. So Rodders, Thomas, Molson, then Chuck. So we have got 5 cars that are battling it out. And remember, these are all on medium, so what's going to happen when these boys get on the super softs? If they're going to carry on like this, wow, what a race we're going to have. Oh, and again, kitching a few people out. That wasn't as bad as I thought, but a little bit of dust being kicked up by Molson, I think, or someone in front of him maybe. Thomas the 4th, as I said, still trying to chase down Rodders, who's 3rd. Unforgiven, still holding them all off in 2nd, so he's doing a good job to keep them all behind him. Considering you look in your rear view, I know you've got to see there's a load of headlights coming at you. Thomas now though is attacking Rodders. Can he get get him up here at the right hander. He pulls out. Surely going to get him on the brakes, although Rodders is not going to give it to him. No, he didn't get out, so Rodders then still in third. So good bow. And Rodders now attacking Unforgiven, so my goodness me. Nowhere to look here at the moment. Unforgiven though, doing a wonderful job of keeping them off, and Molson gets a bit out of shape. Rodders up the inside of Thomas, or out the outside of Thomas actually. If you can make that stick, that's a great move. It is, what a move. So, Rodders then. Well, he was in that position anyway, wasn't he? Maybe it was Thomas attacking him, but he's kept it there. Absolutely kept it planted. Did Rodders. Round the outside. Oh, and Unforgiven, he's made a mistake, and Unforgiven is going to drop back. So he got that all wrong through there. Drop back down to fourth. That's allowed Rodders to get up to second, with Thomas coming in through to third. Unforgiven then, an uncharacteristic mistake by him, or a little error by him. Just caught that wall. Didn't do too much damage to the car by the looks of it, but just done some damage to his momentum. That was about it. Chuck now attacking. And he's up the side of Unforgiven, and well, the dust going everywhere. Like a sandstorm out there. Down there in Ausland. And Chuck then, is he going to run wide? He does, and he loses it as well. And through goes Molson and Unforgiven. So Unforgiven gets that place back to fourth. Molson up to fifth. Chuck back to sixth. And we've got Prime Machine in seventh. So a good race here from Prime Machine, with Jerry right behind him in eighth. Jerry having a look at Prime Machine. Not far enough up there, but he'll line himself up at the end of this next straight. King Monster's in. So he's certainly had enough of those mediums. He's going on the super softs. Only just gone past that 10-minute mark, and he's had enough already. Trouble is when you're at the back and you're going in, you're in an uphill battle really to try and get back onto it. But anyway, it's the first one to blink. Jerry meanwhile has just pulled off the back of Prime. Prime's just got away from him. So Prime doing well in seventh. Remember, people can start to come in now. So let's have a look. Just have a look at the leader and see. Well, he won't, will he? Because he's on super softs. I don't suppose he'll be coming in after 10 minutes. But anyway, he's increasing that lead by quite a big margin at the moment, is Paul. With Thomas in second. Let's see if these boys, they've got Rodders in third, if these boys get into the pits this time round, not sure. Rodders and Thomas, that is. Well, and any of the others, in fact. Unforgiven, still in fourth with Molson. Trying to get right up behind him is Molson, and he's going to have a look down here if he can get into his slip now. Oh, not quite enough, can't quite get enough out of that Merc to get beside the BE mark. No. So stays where they are. Unforgiven fourth, Molson fifth. Has anyone dived in? Not yet. Oh yes they have. I think both Unforgiven and Molson are in. So there you go. There's and Chuck as well. So here they go. Movement in the pits now. So 3 of them are in. Prime Machine has got himself up to fourth. Jerry's in as well. So Prime then gets himself to fourth place. He's going to go round again. He's not having any of it yet. Oh, he's on super softs as well, isn't he? I've just remembered. So yep, he doesn't nearly need to. But Thomas and Rodders, who are the others on the mediums, as Ginger gets himself to fifth as well, courtesy of those guys in there. But Thomas and Rodders on the mediums, actually their tyres look okay. Look at Thomas's, looks like they're just starting to race. So if he wants, he could probably stay out longer, but he's going to want to get on those super softs for sure soon. And likewise, Rodders not looking too bad either. So maybe it's just them cooler temperatures as the sun's gone down now. Just not using up quite as much. Oh, Rodders, big hit to the wall there. Luckily for him though, he's got no pressure around him. Prime in fourth. Ginger still fifth, as I say. And it's good to go back to Ginger, and he hasn't got a red mark above him. So maybe he's calmed down a little bit. Fifth place at the moment, but of course he hasn't come in either. And Chuck, and this is the start of the boys that have. So Chuck in sixth then. See what gain he can get from those stops and see where he comes out. With those boys going in when they do. So Chuck then, sixth place, Molson seventh. Actually Molson decided to go on the soft tyre. Thomas and Rodders are in, so there you go. They've come in. But yeah, Molson's on the soft, everyone else has gone to super soft by the looks of it, so let's just have a look at Flying Machine. Gets himself to second place, goes past Thomas and Rodders, and Ginger up to third as well. So they're dropping down is Thomas and Rodders. Prime then second, Ginger comes up, and they just come out as Rodders, and Thomas comes right up beside Rodders, so Ginger then fifth place. So actually, Thomas and Rodders only lost one place, didn't they, to Prime Machine? And of course he hasn't pitted yet, has he? So it could have worked out a treat actually for both Rodders and Thomas. Not too bad at all actually. Ginger then fifth. Oh, scraping the wall. Steady Ginger. And Rodders did as well. I think Ginger kind of followed Rodders round there. And the left-hander. Again, easily done if you're just too much power going up the hill. And oh, and that's a big hit from Ginger. Oh, and that's going to allow Chuck for sure to catch him. And Chuck's on him. Chuck's got them warmer tyres, and he just goes straight past Ginger like he was standing still. Ginger. Of course, remember, he's not coming yet, has he? So these tyres that's the difference between a new tyre and an old tyre, and a medium and a super soft. So there you go. Chuck through the fifth then. He could be in a good position for another good points. Molson now on the back of Ginger as well. See if we can get him along here. Molson, can he get Ginger? I don't think he's close enough at this point. He might be down here though. Yeah, good move up the inside. Clean, is it? Oh, and they're both, no, not quite. Again, didn't he in race one, Molson? Looked like he had it, but then just had to back off a little bit, otherwise it was going to be a disaster. Ginger's in. So there you go, Ginger's come in now, so we've only actually got two drivers that hasn't been in yet, and that's Paul and Prime Machine, the two super soft boys. The two leaders at the moment. Unforgiven in seventh. Trying to chase down Molson with Jerry. Into eighth place, King Monster, ninth. Ginger now, down to 10th. As he sits in the pits getting serviced. Jerry flashing his lights. Perhaps you see the cameraman, not sure. So there's no one else in front of him. Paul though, let's have a look at our leader. He's miles ahead now, Paul. He hasn't come in, remember, but the gap that he's got between himself and the rest is huge. And if he comes in, which he might do in this time round, it's a good chance he's going to come in and come out still in the lead. So let's just stick with Paul and have a look. He's only got a minute and a half left on those tyres anyway before he's got to change, so it's likely that he's going to come in now. He sticks over to the left, does he? He does. In he goes. So there's our leader in. I'll be surprised looking at the gap he's got. Prime Machine doing a good job to still be in second. But he's going to have to come in as well. So taking up the lead will be Thomas, at least he'll be up there anyway, Thomas, for good points. Because Prime Machine will definitely... Oh, Thomas ran the outside. Have a good move. Does he keep it there? He does. Rodders behind Prime Machine. He's going to peel off now. His Prime Machine's got to. Running out of time. He does. So Prime Machine in. That means Thomas goes up the second. Did Paul come out? And he is. He's out. And them guys are just coming along and start finishing out. So what a lead he's got still. There's Paul. But remember, he's on those mediums. It's going to take a good lap, probably, or half a lap to get those up to temperature. And they're not as quick as the Super Sauce, remember. So, game on. With 10 minutes left. Thomas in second, Rodders third. We know how quick Thomas can be. But is that gap just too big to gap? We'll have to see. He's certainly got the time, and that's if Paul doesn't make a mistake anywhere as well, which is quite possible now that he's on those mediums. Thomas just running wide. Rodders right behind him, still sticking with him. Been sticking with him pretty much all the time, hasn't he, Rodders? So good race in third place for Rodders. Oh, that's a big hit. Just lost it. Just caught the curbs, inside curb, and it took him towards the far wall. He didn't lose too much time overall. But I think already that gap's come down a bit between Thomas and Paul at the front. But still Paul out there. Chuck in fourth. You can see the cars in front of him now, can Chuck, but remember they have got slightly newer tyres, only by a lap or two over Chuck. So they're going to be slightly better nick than what his is. Molson in fifth place, and then Unforgiven in sixth. So the glowing brake discs as they come through the left and the right. Now final bend, again glowing red, aren't they? The heat coming through them. Jerry 7th. Then King Monster in 8th place. So actually has gained a couple of spots, didn't he, from being at the back there and coming in early. And he was the first one to come in, wasn't he, remember? So he has gained a couple of spots, so not too bad actually. We've got Prime. Oh, it's just we come to him just squiggly there, squiggly diggly, and that's going to allow Ginger on the back of him. Ginger's going to have a look. And Prime, remember, he's changed the mediums, hasn't he? Ginger's on the Super Softs. But the BMW's going to have more power than not the Subaru has, but the Subaru in theory should be better around the corners. Yeah, he's gained a hell of a lot through there as Ginger, and he's going to have a look surely on Prime Machine, sliding it round. Still not there yet. Certainly looks loose, doesn't it, that Subaru? I'm sure their pants are pretty loose as well, with the speeds that they're going through across the top there. Oh, and it's steady through there, boys, and it's nicely done, really, considering. But they still, as they are, 9th and 10th. I think it's only a matter of time before Ginger gets Prime Machine, only really because of the tyre situation, is what I mean by that. And actually, let's just stick with it and see if Ginger just doesn't look like he's got that pace as he did get up the side of. I mean, obviously, there's a bit of slip that's helping him here, but as King Monster goes in again, and I'm not sure why he's going in again. So King Monster, what's happened? He must have misfueled Must have miscalculated because he shouldn't be going in again. And we all know about that. We've seen that happen to various drivers over the championships and the weeks, haven't we? Just didn't quite put enough in, and there's a bit of splash and dash. That's going to allow these two to go through, which they have. King Monster back to 10th then. Or are they? No, he did come back out in front of them just. So King Monster, Prime Machine running wide. So King Monster then, just ahead of them, comes back out in 8th, so didn't lose anything. So Unforgiven in 5th. Let's go back to that Thomas and Rodders battle to see if it's a battle or no. That's all settled, isn't it? Thomas there, 2nd place. Now, where's he coming in then? So he's coming down to start the back straight. Where's Paul? He's coming along it now, isn't he? So Thomas, he has caught up with Paul, but with 5 minutes left, I'm not sure Thomas is gonna be able to get him. So is Paul looking for victory here in race 2 of round 2 here at Mount Panorama. Still 5 minutes to go, so anything can happen. There's Thomas and Rodders, and catching him going across the grass, and well, seen a few drivers do that as well tonight, haven't we? Very easy done. You just outbrake yourself at the end of the back straight, and you can't stop, and straight across the grass is where you end up, and a few drivers have done that tonight. So he's joined an exclusive club there. Chuck, meanwhile, 4th place. I don't know whether he's going to be able to get anything more than that really here in race 2. He had a good race 1, and this will be a good result as well. 4th place for Chuck, if he can keep it there. Obviously he's going to want more, but unfortunately for him, Thomas is in 2nd place, and he's the leader of the championship, as you know, and he's not going to be far behind him with the points wise. Jerry though back down to 6th, so he's one of the other, he's the top 3, aren't they? So Jerry's going to be losing a few points. So actually, Chuck might well get himself up to 2nd place in the championship if it stays like this. But it's a long way to go in this race, isn't it? Even with 4 minutes left. Unforgiven 5th. And then we've got Jerry, there he is in 6th place. And not far behind him is Molson. And Jerry then is Unforgiven. So these 3 look like they're fancy a little battle at the end here. So let's just stick with this and see. It's a bit out of shape to Jerry, a bit hot through there, and he's going to lose it. Well, he did well to control it, but he's going to lose time on, well, Unforgiven and Molson. But he did well to control it actually, because it looked like he was heading for the wall at one point. Jerry then, 6th place, trying to chase down Unforgiven. Molson, there he is, 7th. Jerry kicking up the dust in front of him. Pushing his Jerry. Pushing as hard as he can to try and get that 5th place off Unforgiven, but he's not going to have any of it, is he? There's Chuck in the front of him in the distance. But all pretty stable in positions. Everyone's settled now, down now. Everyone's really not that close. This is the closest battle, I think. Molson eyeing up a move on Jerry. This is the closest cars on track as things stand. So and Jerry again runs wide, and maybe them softs were the option to go with. Certainly on the Mercedes anyway, because they're working a treat at the moment. So Molson attacking Jerry. Gonna stick with this as we're into the last couple of minutes. And this is it now, he's attacking him. He's not going to pass him anywhere along here. He might get a good run through here maybe, but you're not going to, no, you can't go too wide through this next section. No way, Jose. And just needs to stick with it, does Molson. He's just lost a bit of time now. I don't know whether it was, I think he made a slight error. Just lost him a bit of time on Jerry. But now Jerry's attacking Unforgiven. So here we go. We could have a 3-car blast now to the end, because Jerry's now flashing his lights at Unforgiven, trying to put him off. He won't be phased by that Unforgiven, seen them old tricks before. And Molson doing the same, and lots of flashing here. I've heard these boys like to flash now and then, but not in that way. And nearly lost it through there, Unforgiven, and now Jerry right up him. So can Jerry get Unforgiven down here? The final bend? No, thought about it. Molson also having a look. So Unforgiven in 5th. And here we go, what a battle this is. Naturally, I'll go to it in a minute, but Thomas has caught up with Paul going into this final lap. Can he get past him? I don't know. Unforgiven runs a bit wide. Look at this battle. I'll go to the leaders in a minute. This is the final lap now. I just want to see what happens here. Jerry's going to have a look. But he covers it, Unforgiven. So he's covering the inside. Jerry's going to go around the outside. That'd be a remarkable move if he can get there. But Molson might have just stolen the inside on Jerry though. I think he's got there, you know. Not quite. And we had this, didn't we, earlier? With Molson and Unforgiven to a side. And no, Jerry. Oh, and Jerry's. Oh, give it too much welly. That's unfortunate. Drops down to 7th. First means that Molson's got through to 6th. So the pressure paid off. And now he's attacking Unforgiven. Look at this. So them softs are working a treat. King Monster is finished. So let's just go back to the leaders as they head down to these last sectors now. Let's have a look. So no, it's Paul still out there then. But he certainly has been caught by Thomas. But it's not going to be enough. There's Thomas there. So valiant effort. Good second place points he's going to get. And a great another podium. But it's going to be victory, I think, for Paul here in race 2. Went out in front. Got himself a massive lead. No pressure. And he's come out on top there. Congratulations, Paul. Race 2 winner. Thomas in 2nd, did well to catch him in the end, did Thomas. Rodders, who's fallen back a bit, but it's going to get a good podium 3rd place for Rodders. So well done. Good to see Rodders up there on the podium. And we've got Chuck in 4th, so some good valuable points for Chuck. Just not enough in the end, was it, tonight, but good points anyway. Unforgiven in 5th, Molson 6th, Jerry 7th. And then it's King Monster in 8th, Ginger 9th, Prime Machine in 10th. There's your race 2, guys. Catch me again for round 3 at Red Bull Austria, and I'll see you then.